Talk to me!
Let's get a group for ZF started. Looking for a tank, 3 DPS. Look for someone with mallet. So I'll look for the mallet first.
I got the best deals anywhere!
This place is covered with Alliance. Oh, nice. Look at my quester, see what quest I should get. Wanted poster, alright. There we go. Accept water pouch bounty. I'm mostly looking for group ZF.
Yo! Keep it real!
Water pouch bounty. Wastelander justice. Check. Gadgets and water survey.
Talk to me!
Check. Grind your way to the pouches. All right. People fighting over here? No. Excuse me, I sneezed. So it begins. Hello, bandit. You stole my heart. Try to find a group with ZF. God, that sound they make when they die. They need a heal and a tank for ZF. I'll heal. Yeah, I got my ZF group ready. Am I gonna... You gonna invite me? Broseph? What are you doing with that same helm as me? That's something for Shadow Priests. Let's roll the dice. Do I kill him? Apparently I need to kill this guy. No, you do not. Yes! Got the kill. And then we run away. So maybe that guy will forget me. Oh. How many honor kills today? 7. So that's how this guy gets a group going. He says, I'm looking for tank and heals. Then he gets his tank and he gets his heals. Then he says looking for 2 damage dealers. Like a pro.
Well, spit it out.
Pirate hats ahoy.
Glad I could help.
My quest log is full, unfortunately.
Got the best deals anywhere.
And except male troll except Screecher spirits. Already did that. Self-source shakedown. Check. Go southwest to Winter Spring Field and do wastewater justice. We'll do friend. fuck? What happened? Worm? Oh. Oh god. Oh god, I can imagine him eating up a lot of them fast.
No, he like goes up and
Stop! No, stop! I'm already about to vomit. I'm about.
no, I'm already sick and I'm in the
Yeah, you watched it. I'm imagining it, and I'm thinking about vomiting right now. Oh god. Oh, I can imagine him throwing them up.
No, he's not. He's just like slurping
Sarah.
down in front of people in the street.
Sarah, oh god, that's disgusting. No, I was thinking, imagine if he had a stomach through.
Ow!
I had to throw him up.
Oh, Tommy.
Ah, I'm already grossed out.
Yelling, I can hear him.
Oh god, you mean Penguin Zero?
Yeah, he's
I'm screaming. Oh, my stomach is upset now. Oh my god. Oh. 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 Oh, my stomach hurts now. God. Oh. Oh, not safe for life. I'm so close to leveling up with 300 XP. See you, Space Cowboy. Amazon? Yeah, but you mean like Amazon is doing the payment. Yeah, it's like a dollar store. Oh, that guy was like an inspiration for one of the characters on Cars. Yes, the guy could like turn, he would put his face like back against a wall and turn his feet completely around. And There we go. Get that wand damage, get that improved stun resist, fear, silence. I wand a lot. Maybe I should get that improved wand damage. I also stun a lot. Reduce threat generation. More stuns or mind blasts? Take the mind blast. Gorbachev. Why would you do this?
Sweater. And they said like t-shirt dress.
Yeah? Yeah, that is how it's supposed to sound. Fuck. What the fuck? Yeah, I'm fucking mad. Yeah, I'm salty. Oh, great. Fucking great. Glad you move here now. aggro, you fucking idiots. I don't think our tanks can fucking pull aggro for shit.
Don't touch what you can't afford.
When do I get my first rank? Ready to go, noobs? Ready to friggin' wipe again? I think if I had improved Vampiric Embrace, I could heal with my damage. At least through trash mobs. Let's do an experiment. I can pull aggro, that's for sure. Alright, that was cute, that was fun. Why am I pulling aggro? I'm a fucking priest. Pretty good.
hands consume you. again.
Well met.
Hello. Hello, everybody, and welcome.
This desert be mine.
is- thank you so much for joining me today. It's gonna be time for some Victoria 2 with historical flavor mod as Imperial Japan. It's been a while since I've actually recorded this campaign. I've been very, very busy with Europa Universalis 4 Rule Britannia, so I do hope you guys are a little excited for some Victoria 2, as I am, because it's been a long time since I've done anything. So let's take a quick look around. We're going to be getting Romanticism, and then we're going to go for Empiricism for the research points, which is just unlocked here in the year 1860. And then we're actually going to want to go down this tree for some national foci. I want to actually get some nationalism and imperialism soon, so that we can start colonizing and stuff in Asia. We're going to be seeing the Bolshevik War happening soon, so let's be ready. Probably Choshu domain, Tosa domain, and Setsuma domain will along with me, the Emperor, and then we'll be fighting Shogun, Kaga, Yanada, Sentai. Yeah, most likely that's what's going to happen. We just got credit existentialism. So we have really, really good literacy right now, so our literacy is increasing quite quickly as well. We have a lot of intellectuals, things like that. We're encouraging craftsmen right now for some factories. And that's going along very, very well. We have a lack of resources, unfortunately. There's not enough coal or fish to bring to the market, but oh, in due time. Let's see, the Sono Droid. Revere the Emperor and expel barbarians. The slogan chanted by Neo-Confucian activists reacting to the Tokugawa shogunate's opening of Japan to foreigners. So we got 25% mercenaries, and about half of the Emperor House are conservatives. For all you viewers out there, welcome. The Rule Britannia Scotland campaign has been one of our most successful campaigns. Thank you guys. Wow, it's actually fairly large. Empire Mexico's still around. They haven't turned into a republic yet. They're actually still secondary power as well as people. So yeah, Confederate States. Interesting. They're actually pretty strong, man. That is a large Confederate States. That is a fairly large Confederate States. There's the Communist Manifesto in Monaco. Interesting. Alright, let's take a look here. We can commission ourselves a warship. I'm actually going to go ahead and do that. That should give us a free iron we should be getting Emperor Meiji pretty soon, and then we can declare the Independence War. Japan. We've got plenty more military tech than our enemies, so it should be a pretty straightforward thing to take these guys out. Administrative efficiency is looking good. We've got plenty of intellectuals as well. So this thing actually a little rapid. Hopefully at about 4%. Let's get this literacy going up a little bit. So let's change this for a second.
Victory!
Let's get some more intellectuals for now, and then we'll get some more craftsmen a little later. I mean, there's plenty of craftsmen anyway. We get a lot of craftsmen. Yeah, we have 44,000 craftsmen right now. So we're doing pretty good. Pretty good. Research points. We'll be invading Korea one of these days, as well as Manchuria. Manchuria is 2 states. Manchuria is 2 states. This is Fengtian, and then this is Heilongjiang. We're invading both of those states. Russia took over outer Manchuria over here. Well, I wonder if actually we can seize that from them, maybe. We also probably want to seize northern Sakhalin. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Interesting. Independence rebels want to free us from being a vassal. Very curious. How many capitalists do we have? 216 capitalists. We can't turn down rich taxes, but I don't know, that's interesting. Let's see. Are there any other factories I could build? Because right now I'm mainly focusing on consumer goods, but is there something else that I can do? We have a factory. distillery might not be bad, but what are we doing? Glass. So, let's focus on intellectual for now. I don't really need any more craftsmen. I think we're okay on craftsmen. How are we doing on soldiers? We actually have 5.4% of our population is soldiers. Which is quite a bit. Damn you, Portugal. Yeah, administrative and military spending raising rounded up. That's gonna be good for us. Territory. Oh, that's right. I can't put him down because I think we have protection. Okay. I could change the party. I could go to something like the reactionaries. I mean, conservative is fine. It's fine. Hegelian idealism. Independence rebels. I wonder if I should let them win.
Yo!
Well, I mean, we don't really want rebels to overthrow us, because that would probably mess with our prestige. But, I don't know, that's interesting. It is interesting. There is a unification of South Africa. Got Transvaal and Orange. Safety regulations. We might actually try a South Africa campaign one of these days, because before I was Transvaal trying to be Rhodesia, but maybe one of these days we'll try a South Africa campaign. I've heard different things about South Africa and HFM. I don't know. Craftsman. Okay, so we have 100% craftsman employment. That's pretty good. Let's encourage some capitalists, I guess. You can never have too many capitalists. People with money. Research points plus 50%. Should we go for realism? I think so, just because it's going to give us prestige. So, I think it's a good idea. Realism was also unlocked in 1836, so we get quite a bit of a discount for it. Impressionism was in 1850. A lot of people actually don't have realism or impressionism yet, so that would get us some serious prestige.
Time is money, friend!
Culture tech, we're going to need freedom of trade for sure, actually. We're going to get that next. Experimental railroads we're going to need. Medicine we're going to need for the supply limit. We're going to need a lot. Military tax are going to be pretty important as well. Let's check let's say somebody like the UK, what are they on right now? They're at 11 out of 30, so we need to catch up to them, but I need to unify Japan before anything else. Although we're actually, because we're so small, our literacy is 7%, you know, because we're only controlling Kyoto, Osaka, and Kobe. You know, our literacy is going to decrease once we unify the country. We have education. We're going to decrease volunteer retreat. Yeah, we killed about 20,000, lose about 21,000, so let's go over here.
How useless! I can't believe how useless he's become. John was my favorite character in this series, and since episode 3,
quiet on Obi.
Do crazy things, and this is what I mean. They've set up her killing Cersei for sure, like to the point where she would actually have a dragon ride up to the fucking Sept of Baelord, shove its face in there just to grab her and eat her. But
yeah, you know, when my cat died, I went on like a rampage killing everybody in my local town. That's what I did.
Oh,
and I did the same thing with my dog and with my other cat. And it's just a natural response to murder millions of people when they surrender and do nothing. It's just a natural response.
And yeah, I guess so. We'll have to get to that. But so me and Wolf watching this for people listening. We were lucky enough to be able to watch it together. That's how time worked out that way. We essentially like we're taking it seriously from the get-go, almost. It was like, oh, the first thing we see is Varys trying to get the secret out. He's like sending messages and stuff. So someone comes in and he folds his paper over.
He just turns it over.
We were like, this is the Master of Whisperers that's been around for decades, slinking around behind the back. And he's just like, his secret message, oh, I flipped it over. They fix it later on, where he burns the message he was writing. It's like, oh, that's much more clever. But for some reason, I thought, yeah, if I flip it over, it'll be fine. That was so distracting. It was like, oh, well, we'll already take it out of this episode. That was great.
And can we talk about how it makes no sense that his little birds are on Dragonstone?
Yeah, apparently there's little kids running around all over the world, I guess, that work for Varys. I don't know.
And she goes up to him and she's like, they're watching me. And Varys is like, of course they are. And he's not concerned about it. When he really should be.
He doesn't care. He's like, oh, like, yes, you do.
You're like, this is your thing. Your thing is listening in on people.
And so she tells him, like, oh, they're catching on. He's like, yeah, well, you know, great risks have great rewards. It's like, what? What?
Like, who are you and what have you done with the real Varys?
Oh, painful. What else? Yeah, like, so it's just, Varys has just been ruined. Which was worse, episode 3 or 5? What is the worst out of episode 3, 4, and 5? For me, episode 4 is the best out of the 3. Even though it's Tism. Because 3 and 5 have done damage to the whole show. The leaks were true. Yep, the leaks were 1-for-1, which means the leaks for episode 6 are true, Wolf. There is a reaction me and you had. I recorded us watching that, by the way. I didn't. The whole reason was so that I'd have it for our analysis.
I was about to say, like, you should, like, if we recorded that, there's so many instances of us just laughing at things we shouldn't be laughing at.
Dude, my reaction to Qyburn's death. I can't wait to look at that.
Oh my god, that was. We can't say anything.
We can't say anything. I'm tempted to release it as its own video. Just me laughing at it.
No, like, legitimately do it. Just do it.
I probably will. Like, enough people to fucking. Oh my god. It's just,
get ready for King Bran, everybody. First of his name, Lord of the Wheelchairs.
I've written up a joke for that for my video when I finally get around to it. I'm looking forward to putting it out. Oh my god. But yeah, obviously, people in chat, you don't understand how resigned... Like, this is just the early warning. Me and Wolf are going to be talking not only about spoilers, but leaks as well, because we are so done with this show. Like, beyond insulting. Glib sent me a message, said he's happy he popped out by season 5. It's like, yeah, that's still too late. You gotta pop out even earlier.
Feels even worse when we were watching all those Tywin clips earlier to kill the time before the episode started.
This show died with Tywin Lannister. I'm happy to just agree with that statement pretty much.
Yeah, I'm pretty much in full agreement with that because I was like, wow, remember when the show was good? Remember all those years ago?
So anyway, what happens next? Tywin walks in. Oh yeah, so this is the fucking little bird shit, whatever. Varys just like blatantly tells Jon, yeah, by the way, you're like a good king and she's not. And Jon's like, okay. You shouldn't say that, it's wrong thing.
And then Tyrion goes up to Daenerys. Daenerys hasn't eaten in a while because apparently...
She's evil now.
Okay, so get this. Missandei's death, or Missandei, if you're like a retarded writer, her death was more impactful than Jorah's, Rhaegal's, Viserion's, Viserys, Khal Drogo, and her unborn children. Am I missing anybody?
Missing the what, sorry?
Missing any serious deaths she's had to go through.
You could count the loss of Daario Naharis? I don't know.
That didn't seem like much of a loss. We'll just go with those ones. So,
yeah, okay.
Apparently, Missandei's death overrules all of them. which doesn't make any sense, but she hasn't eaten in a while, so Tyrion goes up to her.
Doesn't
She's
eat
like,
any
"Someone's
Sundays in a while.
Yeah. So Tyrion goes up to her, and she's like, someone's betrayed me. It's John. And Tyrion's like, no, it's Varys. It's like,
That scene was so stupid. He just goes, no. The other person who's actually betrayed you is this person. What?
yeah, so much for his best friend, right?
It was- oh my
The
God.
Showrunners describe him.
And he doesn't say it like a sort of like it's important
oh,
to
yeah,
correct her
she lost
information.
Barristan. That's
Yeah,
true.
she lost Barristan. That was season 5, wasn't it?
She never reacted to that, did she? I don't.
No, she did have a.
Anyone even
s-
tell her?
There's a scene for it, I think. He was on like a thing, and she was like, "Wah."
Season 5.
yeah,
because
yeah.
that's the season that I barely remember.
But fuck me, the way Tyrion does it is like it's a comedy. She's like blah 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 from this is the reason why it sucks, and then you this person's betrayed you, and he goes, oh no it's the other one, isn't it? Like he's like, oh what I'm confused, I didn't realize that was how it worked. You could have sworn it was Varys. There's no like intelligence from Tyrion anymore. He's just like a line dispenser from other people. Like, does he even have his own thoughts anymore? Because, what Tyrion would have done, right, with the information that Varys has betrayed her, is just listen to everything she says and then go from there. But no, instead he's like, oh, I'm pretty sure Varys is the traitor. Like, it's not Jon. And how Daenerys assumes exactly what happened correctly. She's like, okay, so Jon told Sansa, Sansa told Tyrion, Tyrion told Varys. It's like, how the hell did you figure that out?
Yeah, what if Jon just went up to Tyrion? Or hell, what if Jon just went up to Varys?
She knows Bran knows and Sam knows. They could have told somebody. It's so bizarre that she's just like, no, it's exactly this. And you're like, yeah, what? Yeah, it is.
Wow, that was a really good guess.
He's on point today.
Yeah, real on point.
And then, so from there, is that the, no, that's
Oh,
his
like,
thing.
but before you carry on, I gotta read this super chat. Danny hasn't eaten in a while. This whole thing could have been avoided if she just had Snickers. Not you when you're hungry. I mean,
like
she's
me when I'm
literally
hungry.
not Daenerys in this episode, so I guess so.
Oh my god.
Works.
Yeah, so that's supposed to be like efficient setup the following scene, which is, I think that leads you into Varys getting like captured, right?
Yeah, because that's the thing that happens immediately after, and then he burns the note. The note wasn't really even relevant at that
Yeah,
point.
I just want to highlight because I got it on screen. This is what they make Daenerys look like, and the reasoning I think is to try and be like, look, she's going insane. Look at how gaunt she is. Look at that. Daenerys is a changed person.
Remember, she's gone through Jorah's death, Rhaegal's, Barristan's, Viserion, Viserys, Khal Drogo, her unborn child, and fuck, now who am I forgetting? I know some. Who even cares? You get my point. You get my point. She's gone through the loss of like numerous people, but Missandei is the one that pushes her over the edge.
Yeah. Well, see, this is the thing, right? So the previous episode ends with it being like, oh, rampage time. This is it. We're doing this. And apparently she went home and didn't eat for a bit. Hey. Like, that's interesting. Yeah, so we cut to Varys. He's writing more naughty notes. Then he hears people are coming to his room. And so you're like, oh, he's figured out that he's gonna be arrested. And he's like, he takes off his rings. And he's like resigned to die. Which, as far as I was aware, is not Varys at all. Do you remember when he's like criticized by... I think he's criticized by Daenerys in season 6 or 7, and he's criticized before that by Ned and some other people. Like, I think it's season 1 where Ned says something like, and you just stood there and watched, when he's talking about how his dad and his brother were burnt by the Mad King. And, I could be thinking of someone else, but I could have sworn that this is Varys or someone like who's like, yeah, fucking 500 men watched. I think Jaime says this at one point. Point being is that Varys has argued previously that he stays alive, even at the risk of not being able to stand for a belief he has.
Ooh, dude, Fringy just sent me a screen cap of the inside the episode for this one, and it's already at 50-50 likes dislikes.
They've lost the fucking plot. Nobody believes in this show anymore. Well, fucking hell, the inside of the episode, I don't have notes for it, but fucking hell, that was terrible as well.
Danny kind of forgot what character she was.
Remember, dude, the Iron Fleet kind of forgot that they were effective. Like, okay.
The Golden Company, oh my god. Okay, we can't go there. We gotta.
Yeah, we're
gotta go
getting there.
chronologically.
So yeah, I'm pissed that Varys allowed himself to die, but he knew ahead of time, and he was like, "Yep, gotta die for my beliefs." It's like I don't think that's how that works with Varys. He would have left. He would have done anything. If he realizes he can no longer affect anything, then he'd be out, like he always does. He fucking left King's Landing for the same reason. It's like, but no, he's just happy to die. And it's such a bizarre execution. You've got Jon and Tyrion don't really do anything. Apparently they're okay with this. We don't even necessarily find out what Varys did. He apparently would have sent a letter to people telling people that Jon is the true heir, which is true, by the way. And Jon has also done this. And
Someone said Danny is sequel Luke, which is about the most accurate description I've heard.
Yeah. And yeah, just to sort of finish that off, you have Sam and Bran could tell more people. We didn't have a scene where Jon told them not to tell anyone, right? Did that happen?
I don't know, they've got so many scenes at this point.
Okay. Oh yeah, that was a huge deal with this show. This episode, sorry. There was a lot of jumping around. They kill, like, the first 10 minutes, well, I wanted 10 minutes, it's almost like the first 5 minutes of the episode is solely dedicated to killing Varys. And so it opens with him telling people that, through heir, that she should be the thing, and then Tyrion being like, oh yeah, there's a naughty person, oh, it's Varys, and then cut to him still writing his letters, and he's captured and then executed, and it's just like, oh, okay. And so the reason why we said, like, it's worse than the spoilers, because the spoilers said that Daenerys executes Varys, and you're like, oh, okay. We didn't realize that that's how much development they would actually put into it. That you could write it in a bullet point form and you pretty much got the script. Yeah, and so Tyrion is like, oh yeah, and on the inside of the episode they say, like, Tyrion's sad to see the best friend he has in the world to die. And it's like,
the best friend it has in the world is Jaime.
So in chat, where did that horse come from? Oh, we'll get to it. We'll get to it.
If you interpret this as Shadowfax's origin story, it still makes absolutely no sense.
And yeah, so Tyrion's like, oh well, rip, and Jon again is like, oh well, rip, and they just kill Varys. It's the most, like, awkward scene ever. And the thing is, right, almost everything that's wrong with the show can put under the title of rushed.
And
gotta die.
You know, because you looked up that article, I think it probably was, where HBO said that they were willing to throw all the money in the world at it.
Yeah.
So the whole excuse that they didn't have enough budget for CGI or for more episodes, it's bullshit.
Yeah, HBO were cool with them taking as many episodes, seasons, or resources they wanted, and
they were going to give them everything.
HBO were like the opposite of AMC with Walking Dead.
HBO is actually the good guy in this situation. It's all D&D.
Chris Neville said a lot of people think the horse was Bran.
You're kidding.
I don't know if that's true.
A lot of people, when he says a lot of people, I hope he means just like some idiot on Reddit.
We'll see. This is the thing. Dude, imagine being a fan of episodes 3 and 4 and then seeing this. You'd be like, oh, this is gonna be hard to fucking defend.
Imagine being a Daenerys fan at this point. I mean, people have been defending her for the entire series, and how do you defend this?
It's gonna be tough, but there'll be the Game of Thrones subreddit specifically. I wonder how they're dealing with this, because I guarantee you,
the ones that are like generally sucking the show's dick, right?
Like, we're not there yet. We will get there, but there'll be people being like, "Oh, well, don't you see, like, Daenerys going nuts and killing everybody? That was the only way this could happen." I love, by the way, that all the memes predicting she would do that were 100% accurate. All those memes get to survive. They don't become inaccurate. So well done, guys. Good memeing. Yeah, I was just gonna highlight. They even showed Jon being like, maybe killing Varys wasn't such a good thing, and you're like, we never hear about this from him. Was it something he agreed with? Was it not? Did he care? Nobody talks about any of it. They're just like, yep. So time to die, Varys. And everyone's like, yep. It's like, what? Varys literally has been here since season 1, but okay. Fine. Yeah, and then Daenerys wants to bonk Jon. Jon is anti-bonking, and she says that she can't rule through love, so fear it is. It's like, oh, I guess that's justification enough. I don't remember what happens between now and then Hood going insane at this point. Oh yeah, Tyrion admits that all he ever fucking does is fail miserably. What happens in that throne room scene? She basically just explains she's gonna murder everybody, and he says that if they ring,
if they ring the bell, then that means they surrendered. He's trying really hard not to, for her to not kill everybody, which, you know, goes as well as you would expect at this point.
Jon is anti-bonking Bilbo Bag. Yeah, and so he says if everyone surrenders, don't kill them, which is kind of, I would have thought that's a given, but no, Daenerys is like, okay, it agrees to it, but seems kind of like anti-it. Oh, they killed Grey Worm's character too. We'll get to that. What a great man Grey Worm is.
How do you kill Grey Worm when he's not had a personality the entire show?
Oh yeah, and she says to Tyrion that she's captured oh my god, talk about Russian. We bumped into Jaime and have captured him and put him in prison. It's like, what?
Yeah, rather than killing him, they just captured him, and the reason why he was captured is because he didn't think to hide the golden hand. And his excuse is that he's the dumbest Lannister.
Oh god, yeah, we haven't even got to that yet.
The show literally says he's an idiot, and that's the excuse.
Jaime getting caught, the show explains it that it's because of his arm. And then when they were like, okay, how are you dumb enough to have allowed the arm to be seen? And he just references a time where Cersei said he was dumb. Like, that's unironically the scene. Like,
we didn't say that Grey Worm died, we said that they killed his character.
Oh yeah, what I'm referring to is character assassination. He's still alive. Unfortunately.
Frankly, it's like, well, that's not too much of a good thing. It seems like the only characters that are safe are the dead ones.
Oh yeah, at this point, by the way, the character tier list, Daenerys does go below Rickon tier at this point. she's got her own tier.
Oh, we were gonna put Jaime in S tier, now he's in C tier.
Yeah, Jaime, we got confirmation of exactly why Jaime went there, but hey. Okay, yeah, so she also says to Tyrion, if you fail me again, it'll be the last time you fail me. So that really makes her a really fun character. And, like, really sort of, you're just on her team at this point. They've really done a good job of making you sympathize with her at every choice that she makes. Then we move on to everyone prepping for the assault of King's Landing, and the Hound and Arya and Jaime are just there. Like, oh wait, we didn't get to that bit yet. Well, we'll talk about that in a second, because this is fucking crazy and bizarre, but yeah, I guess they're on the outskirts of King's Landing, Davos, Jon, and like the Northern Army, plus the Unsullied. There's just not any talking about any of this. Everyone's just like, yeah, time to assault all the people. And just, yeah, we're getting ready. And then Tyrion's like, I need your help smuggling with Davos. Do you think he was referring to Jaime or he was referring to a key?
I mean, I thought he was referring to Jaime.
Because Jaime just leaves the tent without Tyrion, so I'm assuming Davos was on the
one of those
outside.
retarded hard cuts, so...
There are so many of the cuts in this episode and this season in general that almost seem designed to not have to show shit.
How would Davos even get that key?
I don't know.
I mean, sure, he's a master smuggler, but does that make him a master thief?
Like, because I just assumed, wouldn't it make more sense that Tyrion got the key than Davos? You'd be like, oh yeah,
that's why I'm assuming he got the boat for Jaime, not the key.
Oh, can you imagine this fucking episode's rating? This is gonna be... People are already primed to hate this show, like...
Do you think it might be Last Jedi levels?
It could be, yeah. Because the last episode, like, will the last episode do as much damage as even possible to do as much as this one?
Actually, I'm gonna look that up real quick, I want to see.
Yeah, surely they're pouring in already.
Okay, Game of Thrones season 8.
Someone in chat will-
episode 5.
Davos just kind of forgot that he wasn't a master.
I find that on IMDb or
Yeah, it should
Where
be on
would I
IMDb by now. You have to click like Game of Thrones and then choose the season and the episode, I think.
oh, okay. So
Also,
What did I imagine? So it was, that's heading down. Heading
it's
down.
yeah. I mean, it's worse than The Long Night, but it's definitely not going to be better than Last of the Starks is that's at 6.4 right now.
Initial ratings are supposed to be a lot higher than what you'd get once they're done. That's going to go well below that, Emma.
7,000 ratings. You'd think there would be more negative ones, but
The wheelchair that will mount the world.
oh my god.
Yeah, so they just cut to the Hound and Arya turning up at what I assume is a Lannister camp. Because the Hound tells this dude that... does anyone know if this is Stark or Lannister?
I assumed it was the Stark camp.
Oh, okay. Well, how didn't they leave before the Starks, though?
Hold on, you got it on the dude? Yeah, that looks like... Because the Lannister army has those weird face things that they never use.
Oh, everyone in chat's saying it's Stark.
Yeah, I thought
Too dark to tell. So if it's... I'm confused. I thought they were ahead of the Starks. And the Starks were an army, so they're going to be much slower getting to King's Landing. But okay, I guess it was Stark. And then he just says, like... Does he say, I'm going to kill your queen, though? Or we're going to try and kill your queen?
I thought she just said we're going I thought Arya just said something to the effect of I'm gonna go kill the queen. And he was like, think about it. Something to that effect.
Kill Queen Cersei, yeah. I mean, if everyone in chat's saying Stark, it's probably Stark.
People are saying helmet. What did I say?
she kills Cersei.
People
I
saying
know they got
helmet.
those weird... Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if the
'Cause I
helmet goes
know
away,
they-
maybe.
Well, yeah, because the Lannisters, their helmets have the weird mask things on there that they never use. They're always like
Yeah, I gotta avoid playing this. So, okay. Either way, it was really just jarring as fuck, is the point. Just like, oh, wow, okay, this is happening. Tyrion says he wants to go see the prisoner alone, and then, like, all of the guards that's just sitting there, the Unsullied, they're like, no, we've been ordered to stay here. And then he goes, whoever ordered you to do it, I outranked them. Now go away. Like, is that all? Is that it? Is that all that was required to do that? It's like, wow, that's impressive.
That's all it takes.
Yeah, and they all just leave. Like, oh great. Then you have that conversation that we were just talking about. It's so arbitrary. Like, I really don't understand how Jaime was caught by the Northmen either. He's even on their team, isn't he? Like, wouldn't they have just been... Couldn't he have just been literally like, yeah, guys, I'm coming with you. I'm gonna fight with you. Instead, they were like, no, he's going to... You said, like, she knew what his goals were? Like, all he has to do is say, yeah, I'm coming with you because I'm gonna fight with you or whatever. You just fought with them, so... It all just seems so bizarre and rushed. It was just like, yeah, he's here now, and he's a bad man. And Tyrion's gonna escape him. No. Oh. And they actually share, like, a nice moment that, to be honest, just seems like cheating, kinda, at this point.
Someone said, gotta love the legendary siege tactics of having a camp beneath the city walls.
I have no fucking clue where their camp is, mate. Like, it could be 10 miles outside of it, for all we know with this show. Like,
Yeah, because I mean, in this episode, there's a point where it shows the Iron Fleet, like, 20 miles away, but there's another shot where it's, like, maybe a mile away from the shore. And it's like, it changes. I mean, the shot we saw, they were definitely beneath the city walls, but like, why didn't they fire any of their ballistas?
Cersei could have won the Game of Thrones last episode if she had a brain. Yeah, Theo PM me. Arya should have been well into King's Landing by now, because
They left first.
Yeah, they left first, and they were quicker, but yet she was arriving outside of it. Yeah, that was part of my confusion. So yeah, then we get like a bunch of shots of Euron preparing for a dragon attack, and genuinely, I was like, oh, what crazy tactic are they going to pull out of their ass to beat them? Because, you know, like a selection of like 6 or whatever ships, 3 ships from Euron can take out a dragon. So, you know, they're going to
3 consecutive shots, no misses.
This is going to be tough. You can't possibly do this. And there's just loads of like crap, people walking around. I love how blatantly the Hound and I are. I've got my stream up, it's just this screen here just shows how bad it is. It's like, yep, that's just them. Hopefully you can't tell.
At all.
I don't know how you don't recognize the Hound. But sure, everyone's rushing, it's fine. And it's like, Aya, why don't you put, you know, your skills with faces to use? It's like, no. Really smart. Yeah, and Jamie's on his way in as well. I don't know what the name of this guy was, but there's actually people, he's from the books as well as the show. I know a lot of people were relatively excited for him to finally be in the show.
Yeah. So they hyped up the Gold Company, and they all die immediately.
Yeah.
None of them fight. They literally just all die the instant anything happens. They don't even realize the battle's started yet before they're dead.
Yeah, we're nearly to that. We just gotta do. Everyone's.
For the Gold Company.
Why didn't Jamie just go up the secret way to begin with? Why did he even try to go through the main King's Landing area when the whole point is he used to sneak in? Yeah, so we're looking at what is essentially like this enormous fleet that belongs to Euron. Look at this, dude. This is a bad shot, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40 ships, that's like 40 ships or so. 40 ships, each that have a scorpion on them. Really?
And, you know, every single shot that it shows of any of the giant arrows flying at her, it's only one at a time. I think we only see 3
Oh, it
of
was
them
insane. Yeah, they fire one at her, she dodges it, and then she just burns the shit out of loads of them. And it's like, excuse me.
That's just loads of them. All of them.
Yeah, she basically obliterates the entire Iron Fleet.
Last one of them, single-handedly. And it's like, you can't even make the argument that, oh, Rhaegal was wounded. Because, sure, but still, we're talking like 40 shots go by, and not one hits her. Nothing. Just nothing. Why couldn't she kill them at Dragonstone, exactly? I guess her plot armor.
I just realized, dude, Bronn wasn't in this episode as well. Bronn's going to have some kind of weird ending in the next episode.
Oh my god. Well, we already know what he's going to do. He's going to be Bran's advisor for some reason.
Oh, Alt-Shift-X is doing a stream on this episode right now. I kind of want to watch it just to see how upset he is, but no.
Who's Alt-Shift-X?
He's the one who did the explained videos, who's like very invested in this show. And explained like the 10,000 ways it can end in a satisfying way, and it's just like, nope. This is what you get. Yeah, and so as the super chat just highlighted, it's like, oh yeah, but she got the jump on them this time. It's like, not even. He like sees her coming a mile away.
More than a mile. She's really high up.
Look at the. Oh my god! Look at this shot, dude. Look how many ships. I don't even want to count.
Hold on. Oh my
Jesus
god.
Christ.
Not one of them. Not one of them hit her.
They were all loaded. All they had to do was fire in her general direction. That's all they had to do.
Literally only like one fires at her, and then she destroys every single one of those ships. So much for the Iron Fleet.
Yeah, she just obliterates them. And this is what we read in the leak was that Dany sacks King's Landing and it's extremely one-sided. And the reason I was like, I doubt that, is that they made it seem like the Scorpions were OP as fuck in the previous episode. But now they're not.
They don't do anything. They can't hit anything.
Yeah, because it's not even just the Iron Fleet. She annihilates all the ones on the walls of King's Landing. She just fucking obliterates them.
Wasn't it Euron who personally shot Rhaegal through the neck?
I think so. Oh my god, I can't get over how fanfic the ending for Euron. one is as well. Well, we're getting there. So yeah, the leader of the Golden Company dude, they're standing there like, oh shit, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? Then you hear like footsteps, and so the implication is like, oh, what the hell could it possibly be? But it turns out the dragon is moving up to the front gate, and it just bursts through the walls with fire and basically kills everyone in the Golden Company from behind.
No one heard it,
Nobody on the walls could warn the Golden Company either. Apparently,
no
they're just all dead.
They just all die immediately.
Everyone dies.
The entire Gold Company. They like hyped this up in the first episode.
Yeah, and they really awkwardly have the guy running, and he just gets speared by a Grey Worm, and it's so green screened, but just whatever, I guess. That's a great screen shot right there. But yeah, down he goes.
Good God.
Yeah, I don't know what to say about all of this. I was just like, okay, happening. And yeah, so the siege begins, and everyone's like
20,000 men? That was how much they said they were supposed to have?
That was like 5 men. There's no way that was 20,000.
That was like, what? I don't even think that was 200. Maybe 200 at best. Like, what was even the point of having the Golden Company if they were all going to die the instant they were even introduced?
Utterly unreal.
The elephants really do change everything.
Yeah, and so you get this shot right here of King's Landing. We get one to compare at the end of the episode, but basically Dany mops up to the degree that it's like she's mowing a lawn. She like does not leave any part of King's Landing unburnt, and I don't know why, but we're getting there. Yeah, and then before we've even gotten into like the main action where everything is falling apart and stuff, Tyrion starts walking through the burnt bodies, like, oh no, like emotional moment. It's like, guys, not only have you done this already, like this exact same thing, but the fight's barely begun. You might want to keep him away.
They have Tyrion, Jon, and Davos walking through the front lines. Like, these are your 3 biggest people aside from Daenerys herself. They should be at the back. Why are they in the front lines?
Like, look at all these people running around in the background. It's like, these look like they might actually be Golden Company members, so Tyrion is just like potentially killable here.
Tyrion is unarmed, walking through a battlefield, and the battle hasn't even really completely started yet. I mean, it has started, but it hasn't gone very far. It's been going on for, what, 5 minutes? It's ridiculous. Why is Davos, Jon, and Tyrion right in the thick of the battle?
So, you move on. Qyburn basically just says, yeah, we're fucked. Everything's destroyed. And it's the kind of thing where you're like, why? Why is it that the Scorpions are terrible now, and the Iron Fleet is already gone? And yeah, you get this shot where literally the front lines, you got Davos, Grey Worm, and Jon. And you're like, guys, like, I guess you could make an argument for Grey Worm and Jon, but what the fuck is Davos doing here?
I don't even think you can make one for Jon, because he's the Warden of the North at this point.
I like the Northmen like to fight on the front lines, at least you can say that, but like this is just
still stupid. Especially Davos. Davos literally makes there's not an argument for him.
No,
there's no argument for him.
We don't get to see him during this insane rampage, like him reacting, right? Do we even get a shot? I'd have to check it again.
I think we do get a shot between him and Jon toward the end, like when they finally decide to fall back after the entire city's literally on fire.
Yeah, Jon doesn't call a retreat immediately, which is what a rational person would do, but okay. Yeah, so there's this bit where all the Stark, I guess this is just Northmen. I don't even think there's Unsullied here. They're all queued up against a bunch of Lannister soldiers, and it's like this weird break. Like, you would have thought they would have just ran in and started fighting, but no, there's this weird line drawn, and that goes on for a bit. Jaime's trying to find a back way into King's Landing. We never actually see who rings the bell, by the way. I thought they were going to reveal that was Jaime, but
yeah,
fine.
Because she never said anything about it. She didn't order the bell to be rung.
And yeah, so it's pretty much won, because every weapon has been taken away. The people are running. The Lannister soldiers drop their swords, and Cersei's just like tearing up in Red Keep. It's over. And then I'm sure I'll be able to show it.
the most insane moment in the history of Game of Thrones and possibly the history of modern television happens.
You get loads of shots of Daenerys just looking kind of crazy. She's just like,
So, remember, Tyrion tells her specifically, if they ring the bells, then that means they've surrendered. So they ring the bells, she hears the entire city yelling, ring the bells before it happens, then they start ringing the bells, and then... Go ahead, Mo.
This shot sums it up. She gets mad. She's like, you know what? Cersei's ruined a lot for me. Yeah, that's the idea. And so she leaps off and just starts burning the shit out of everyone in King's Landing for no reason.
Like we were joking about her burning the civilians, and then she just starts doing it, and we just started laughing.
We were like bantering about it in a way that'd be like, lol, if you were to really ruin this series, you'd just have her start annihilating innocent people for no reason. Like, that's what you would do. And she does it. Now, the way that you were supposed to do this, which I thought that they were doing, like, gotta hand it to him, Cersei would plug all of the innocent people in the same building that she's in, therefore preventing Daenerys from, you know, doing a big assault on her. It's like, oh, that's clever. And then you got fucking... She just starts burning people who aren't even near Cersei. She just kills everybody, and it's like, what are you doing?
When we say that she burns the entire city to the ground, we're not being hyperbolic. Like, there is not an inch of the city left unburned.
Yeah, we'll probably see a shot of that by the time I scan to the end of the episode.
Yeah, because it shows like 50 shots of the entire city burning to the ground, so...
Yeah, that's Tyrion's horrified face, because, yeah, why?
Yeah,
and then,
it goes from
oh my
breaker
god.
of chains to, you know, let's barbecue the innocent.
So, yeah, so the Lannister soldiers are like, wait, what? And they turn around like, why is she burning all the innocent people? Because ultimately, right, you need to look at this as like allegiance. The Lannister soldiers, as we've learned in previous seasons, they're with the highest bidder. I would think that's what, well, they're either with the Lannisters or they're the City Watch, which work with the highest bidder. So it's obviously going to be Cersei. They're not really loyal to anything. So the idea that they're like, yeah, we give up. The people... Like, no one really cares about the people outside of the moral people in the show. Because the idea is, like, Varys fights for the people, Tyrion cares about the people, Jon cares about the people. But Cersei never cared about the people. I don't think Tywin really cares about the people. It's his family he cares about. Like, you get all that stuff with characters. And then you got... She just starts obliterating them. And even the evil people are like, why? Like, this doesn't even... You've won. Like, why are you killing all of the innocent people?
And then Grey Worm, the character who has not really had much of a character in the first place, is somehow ruined because he's just like, yeah, let's kill everybody.
Oh yeah, right, I can show this. So, the Lannisters are confused as fuck. Oh wait, you know, that's, I have to be really careful because I don't want the stream to go down. Yeah, so like, the Lannisters look back at like, what's going on? And Grey Worm just straight up fucking spears a dude. It's like, what the hell? And Jon is like, wait, what? Why did you, what? They surrendered and... Like, I'm speechless. When we were watching it, we just didn't understand what the hell was happening. It's like...
It feels like a fever dream. It doesn't feel like it's a... It's like... I've never seen such a rapid degradation of a story before. Not in a book, not in a movie, not in a game, not in a show. It's like they... did everything they possibly could to betray every character and narrative in the entire series.
This shot I've just accidentally paused on, is that supposed to be Grey Worm? In and amongst all these Lannister soldiers with a good 2 meters behind him before there's any support. He's got no weapon, I want to remind you. Look, he's right there! And he's just... You might want to stab this gentleman.
What's he gonna do? Falcon punch the dude? Look, he just runs over, grabs his spear. There's a Lannister right next to him, right to his left.
Grey Worm equals Aragorn.
Oh my god.
Not even Aragorn's this retarded. He backed up into the stairs in Fellowship of the Ring. He knew what he was doing.
You know that like weird, like horrified face Aragorn made? I can't remember when exactly he made it, but there's some shot in the trilogy where he makes some horrified face.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just imagining that, looking at this episode.
You forgot that they surrendered.
She forgot that the bells would surrender. She probably thought that the bells meant increase the attack.
She broke the wheel. It's like, I think she's killed everyone.
She didn't just break the wheel, she lit the wheel on fire.
You love this screenshot, by the way.
Oh yeah, the dude's face exploding.
Yeah, so
Lannister, someone says.
so water just sprays everywhere because everyone's killing each other, and Jon is like, "Hey guys, stop it!" And then a Lannister soldier attacks Jon, and so he starts killing him too. And it's just
my God,
yeah.
I'm thinking of that. I don't remember exactly where it's from, but there's like a couple guys. I think it's like in World War II, and one turns to the other. He's like, "Are we the baddies?"
Yeah, that's this.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, this is
it. Utterly unreal. And yeah, so at this point in the episode, because I was saying it with me and Wolf were talking about it, Cersei is the most sympathetic now. She's literally like, what the fuck is happening?
Even she's like, D&D, what are you doing?
Because think about this from Cersei's perspective. Her whole thing was leveraging the innocent people of King's Landing, and with her weaponry she'd be able to potentially kill the Queen of the Dragons, that sort of thing. And she's like, all your weaponry is gone, and they can basically just... I think Qyburn says that the Unsullied are breaching the main castle or whatever. And so she's like, well, we're fucked. And then she sees her burning innocent people, and so Daenerys... Even Cersei is like, wow. Like, why? This makes no sense at all. She's out-eviling her.
People are saying that she subverted the wheel.
Yeah, I actually felt for... Look at this. Why, Daenerys? There is nobody to kill over here.
There is no reason for this.
And so what you get, right, what you typically get is, with how Cersei has treated Daenerys, you would get Cersei's captured, and Daenerys pushes for, like, Cersei to be given a horrific, torturous death, and the other characters are like, no, but we can understand why she would want that. You can't do that with this. You'd be like, Daenerys, why did you kill thousands of innocent people? Well, because Cersei killed Missandei.
Remember,
like, that doesn't follow.
Barristan, Jorah, Rhaegal, Viserion,
it makes
Khal
sense.
Drogo, but this is the one that pushes her to destroy an entire city and murder innocent people. Yeah, this is a great character arc. It actually makes Luke's arc seem kind of sane in comparison.
And she just doesn't stop. She just keeps going.
She like literally razes the entire city. There is nothing left of it by the end. And it's like, I would have been fine with watching the city go up in flames. I've kind of wanted that for a time. But the way it happens is
do it this way.
retarded. This is so stupid.
Yeah, there's like literal women and children are being executed, and one of them one of the Stark soldiers tries to rape some woman. And it's getting to the point where you're like, what is happening? What are you doing?
You see, there's a way to do this whole moral gray thing that they clearly were trying to do, but failed miserably.
Yeah, I really want to highlight this one bit, because... So, Jon is walking... This guy here, no idea who he is, grabs this woman, and like Jon sees it. And for some reason, by the way, everyone else sort of leaves the area by the time anything too dramatic happens, so that we can get this moment. But Jon pulls him away, and he's like, don't do that. This is your king in the north, the warden of the north, specifically telling you don't do it. And this guy, like, stops, and he's like, oh yeah, yeah. And then he goes... Brah! And he goes to punch Jon, and you're like, wait, what? And Jon kills him. And you're like, what the fuck's happening? Like, you're so desperate to rape a random person that you're gonna defy...
Soldier kind of forgot that Jon was his ruler.
It's like, that's the king in the north that's trying to tell you not to rape somebody. What are you doing?
It is absolutely insane. When like I said, I'm not being hyperbolic. This is like one of the worst, if not the worst episode of television I've ever seen.
I can't believe they've outdone themselves, because this might be worse than episode 3.
I'm inclined to say yeah, because at least there were some, like, entertaining bits of episode 3. We were laughing at all the parts that were supposed to be serious here. Oh my god.
Fucking everyone's alive. Alt-Shift-X, Nidrotic, and J. And us. Ours is the best one though, guys. You should all be watching us.
This is the most viewers we've ever had. Holy shit.
I was about to say, why is it that this has gotten the most views?
The only reason I'm here tonight is because my friend wasn't available that I usually watch it with.
Well, I'm sure he's gonna
I got
love it,
stuck with
right?
you. Oh god.
What was his reaction to 4? Did you hear?
Well, like I said, it takes him he's gotta marinate on it for days before he generally comes to the correct conclusion. And I asked him about 4 the other day, and he was like, yeah, I hated it. And I was like, yeah, I did too. So I can't even imagine what he's going to say when we talk about this.
How do I even, what am I supposed to do here? Because, like, I want to make a rage video for this episode, but I also want to make a season, my channel's gonna get so confused by what to do here.
So, yeah, put more delays on that TFA episode.
Oh god, yeah. This is the thing, I'm so much more passionate about this right now. Like, this is like 8 years, dude.
8, we waited all this time for this. Everything is built up to this.
Subvert the wheel. Don't think, just rage. It's probably gonna happen. This episode is so insulting, it's beyond.
I am so done with being subverted. I just want the most predictable fucking thing.
Oh, Jeremy's in chat.
Like, I'm gonna be totally perfectly honest with you. I would rather watch Avatar than this.
Yeah, no, same. Fuck. This is painful.
I mean, like, genuinely, I would rather watch the movie that's just a total brazen ripoff of Dances with Wolves with blue people. This is so bad.
And yeah, well, that's why we're caught on this. There's more bad, but, like, we're caught on this because this was flabbergasting. Like, how else?
It is the biggest betrayal of a character I think I've ever seen. Like, even Luke isn't this bad in TLJ. I mean, Luke was bad, don't get me wrong, but this betrays everything that Daenerys has worked up toward for 8 seasons. Ugh.
Every time, because, like, the thing I have with Daenerys is I've always been annoyed that a lot of her choices, like, I was always like, she was never punished quite enough for her choices. She makes a lot of very controversial choices that I don't like and I don't get behind. However, the show always tried to make a reason for it. They were always like, oh, well, she did this because this. She killed all the masters in Meereen or wherever it was because they were all assholes who kept slaves for years. Which is the same rationale as if she lined up all of the lords and like leaders of King's Landing and burned them all. Because she'd be like, you guys have created... That would actually have been way better. Because she would argue that they've kept tyranny of King's Landing in line, when you find out a lot of them were doing it because they were under the threat of death, and that could be the complicated moral sort of aspect. She just fucking killed everybody! It's the kind of thing that's almost self-evident. You're sitting there like, oh, do I need to explain why this is retarded? And it's like, not really. It's lost its mind already.
I don't want to hear any more of this bullshit about subjectivity and objectivity. like, honestly, if you believe that subjectively this episode is just as good as anything else, I genuinely do not think your opinion on anything matters. You are worthless to me. Like, literally get off the internet. You don't deserve to be here. I am so done with this subjectivity shit. It's over. If you think this is a good episode, your opinion on the media does not matter. Call me whatever you want on that. Like, you're wrong.
Wolf just forgot to be nice to people.
I get that would imply I can.
Wolf just forgot to be nice to people.
I get that would imply I cared to be nice in the first place. Like, this is so stupid. This subjectivity thing. You everyone that thinks that this whole everything, you know, the people that go, The Room is a comedy if you view it that way, like that shit. You're the reason this happens. The people that believe in subjectivity and how it's just everything's just as valid, you're the reason.
You're the reason everything's on fire.
You're the reason everything's on fire. You're the reason why we can't get good writing anymore.
What's up, guys?
I want to kill myself, Jeremy.
Does Misery love company? because oh
Misery
my
hates,
god,
Misery hates everything, and I am Misery.
I'm speechless. I mean, I don't know if you guys saw it in the chat where I said, I said the leaks were bad enough when we read them. The execution made them even worse. The execution.
The execution made it worse.
The execution, like I could have never believed it would be worse than the leaks. And remember, Jeremy, we have 80 minutes to wrap up the rest of this entire show. 80 more minutes in the next episode. Can you believe it?
I'm speechless. I did my video tonight. I did my little quick response. I'm actually getting more kickback than I thought from Game of Thrones fans. There's still some people out there that are still in denial.
Yeah, like I said,
they'll come around.
They don't matter. They don't matter. Even if they come around, they don't matter.
Yeah, I was listening to you guys, and yeah, I mean, what happened with Daenerys' character? I mean, it just is mind-boggling. She got exactly what she wanted, and she decided to just murder innocent people and destroy King's Landing, and she didn't even focus on Cersei. Like, not really. You know what I mean?
No, she doesn't even care if she's dead or not.
I said it at the beginning of this stream. Like, they ruined a character I didn't.
Oh, look at this. Someone sent me this. Why are you so disappointed with Daenerys' arc? She lost Drogo, her sons, her Selmy, her Jorah, her 2 dragons, her sister Missandei, okay, and her trust in Tyrion, who remained more loyal to his Lannister blood. Dany lost her family. People sometimes break. It happens.
Hold on. You're literally wrong about that. She didn't know that he set Jaime free yet. Like, that hasn't been revealed yet.
Yeah,
she
that hasn't been revealed.
Well, we didn't see it get revealed for sure. I'd be surprised if... But yeah, I don't... So, all of that, it motivates her to do certain things, for sure. Killing scores of innocent people is not one of them.
And your people, like the scene where Jon, towards the end, finally, Jon's like, fall back, and it's like, bro, you've been in the middle of this. You saw your girl go crazy like 20 minutes ago. Now you decide to fall back? It's not like she's being strategic on where she's firing. She is obliterating King's Landing, including her own people. That's what it would presumably be, because she's not strategically hitting certain spots. She is leveling this place. So that means her people are there too. And then suddenly Jon just like, fall back.
Okay, this is the thing. He struggles to make any kind of action the second all this shit goes down, which annoyed me. But I was like, okay, bit of shock value. Takes him like fucking 20 minutes to finally order a retreat. It's like, dude, what happened to Jon fucking Snow? Like, wow.
And I will say one thing, and I think I talked about this when you guys were on my channel last week, but when I got frustrated about the Arya thing, you know, I said I thought it might be identity politics. It clearly wasn't. It's clearly just these people are
just
idiots.
Incompetent.
They're absolutely stupid.
Like, D&D
Arya
are unironically 2 of the worst writers in the history of mankind. Like, I mean, I know people like to say I'm hyperbolic, but I am dead serious. I cannot think. Like, they are actually giving Rian Johnson a run for his money. It is so bad.
Well, did you see the title of Jesse Milestone did a video today for Geeks and Gamers, and the title of the video was the new Star Wars trilogy. We're either getting the D or the Johnson. That's really what we're getting now. I mean,
what great choices.
Yeah, but yeah, like Arya. Okay, so she's this assassin. It's the only person that could kill the Night King. And now she can't even like escape danger in the city. Some mother has to save her. Some mother with kids has to save the assassin who killed the Night King.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up when we were watching it. It's bizarre.
Yeah. Are you guys still going through the points of the show?
Oh God.
Oh yeah, we are. Well, I was gonna say the next up, because this is so. It just keeps getting worse. What is with Jaime randomly bumping into Euron? And it was like, oh, hello, like what?
That's what I said.
Yeah, this is really the interaction we were all dying. Not Jon versus the Night King, Euron versus Jaime.
It's so fun. Even Jaime doesn't understand. Jaime's like, okay, let's go. And Euron's like, what? I'm gonna kill you. And he's like, what? Why? Why are we fighting? What? Oh my god, it's so bizarre.
That's what I said in my video where I'm like, they can focus on these insignificant plot points to give us payoffs that we didn't even care about, but they completely just everything that they've actively worked towards to build up. Like Euron and Jaime, like literally nobody sat down tonight and says, well, I can't wait for Euron and Jaime to have that. Nobody said that.
See, I don't know.
Nobody.
When was this set up? Yeah, he's annoyed Jaime before. Okay. But Jaime doesn't even want to fight him. What?
Jaime's not even a fighter anymore. I mean, he's even said I'm not the fighter I used to be. He's not even looking to fight.
This face Jaime's making, like, why? Why are we doing this now? Yeah, then they have a fight for some reason. Oh, it's so forced. Euron didn't kill Jaime, the mountain killed him. Technically, Jaime was killed by rubble falling. Yeah, I just... So bizarre. He gets like stabbed like fucking 3 times as well into his like...
Doesn't affect him at all. It's like from Monty Python, the Holy Grail. It's just a flesh wound. Just a flesh
He's
wound.
walking around like stably for a while in this episode after that. And at one point he was like crawling around like... like I think he's fine.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
But yeah, what a payoff. I couldn't wait to see Euron and Jaime fight. That was like my #1 list.
Yeah, totally.
And yeah, so
I
that...
was seeing a lot of people that were giving us hell the last few weeks on Twitter, and they're like, yeah, this is bad. Like, we told you.
This is really testing the resolve of the most fervent fans. It's like, did episode 3 break you? No. Did episode 4 break you? No. Did episode 5 break you? It's like, well... I don't know how many people are going to be left for episode 6, man.
I had somebody comment on my video. They says, why don't you produce something better? And I commented, I said, I did. The video I just made is better than this entire episode.
It would take absolutely no effort on the part of anyone with even 2 functioning brain cells to do something better.
Now, I think I'm gonna have to think about this. But you bring an interesting point up, Wolf, where you said that what happened to Danny in this is it might give Luke a run for his money. I'm gonna have to sit on that one for a few days to think about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's definitely a valid point.
At least Luke, you know, regrets it. I mean, it's just like you're never gonna hear me defending any from TLJ, right? But
it's a fresh wound for sure.
It's like I'm trying to justify it in my head, and I can't think of how it could have possibly gotten worse. But it really seems to me right now, maybe I'll feel differently about it in the morning or something, that this is significantly worse than what happened to Luke. And I don't even like this character. I hate Daenerys, and I feel bad for her. I feel bad for Emilia Clarke, because I don't know if you heard about it, Jamie, but apparently she wandered around London. She wandered around London for 3 hours after reading the script. Yeah, no wonder.
No wonder.
This is gonna be the end of her arc. This thing that made Emilia Clarke. This is how she goes out.
You saw it in that interview with the Entertainment Weekly or whatever that was, where she's like, "Best season ever." I mean, you could feel the pain. You could feel the pain. I mean, these are actors, and they can't even say they're.
She had to read in the script, and then Daenerys goes nuts and kills thousands of innocent people. She's like, "Oh."
So this is a really big indicator. I mean, I said that the like and dislike ratio on the inside the episode was 50/50. It's almost there for the preview of the next episode.
There are ways to tell how people feel as a whole. That is one of them.
Let me refresh that IMDb page. Let me see.
Yeah, Jeremy, I want to ask, right? So when you saw that the city was on fire and Cersei was tearing up watching it, what is your take on that?
I felt sympathy for her, and I shouldn't.
Yeah,
I shouldn't.
I was like, man, Cersei, I feel bad for you watching the city burn. Wait, what?
And I shouldn't. And again, they've what was it? Danny has been again. I've never been the biggest fan of Danny as a character. I haven't hated her or anything, but she has the look. Emilia Clarke does a decent job in the role, but they've been building her up for something than herself even. And for her to just to do this, again, to snap in a moment, I get it. You know what I mean? We can all snap in a moment. For this character to thousands and thousands of children and women and innocent people and not have any kind of well-being thoughts for her own people while she's just mowing this entire King's Landing down and not even worried about Cersei. She could care less about Cersei.
She doesn't get her kill. She doesn't confirm the kill at all. She doesn't even care. It's not even about Cersei anymore. It's utterly bizarre.
I have had more sympathy for enemies in first-person shooter games online than Danny had for these innocent people. Like, you know, see a guy's leg glitching out if you shot him, like, I kind of feel bad for that guy. No, Danny's just like, fuck these people, fuck every one of these kids, fuck them all.
The fight against the Mountain, it was harder to kill the Mountain than kill the Night King.
Yeah, the Night King went down with...
Is that not just the most insulting thing ever?
I wonder what people think of Clegane Ball. We'll get there, but like, it was never something I was that into, and I was like, there it is. Are we happy now? Here you go. But yeah, what's next? Yeah, basically Qyburn telling her that her entire world is ending, and Cersei crying. I was just like, man, I care more about her. She's my protagonist at this point. And this evil, horrible bitch has just come in and murdered all of these innocent people. Like, I just don't...
I don't remember. I was face palming so much at some point, but like, when's the last time we see Danny in this episode? Like, I don't even feel like we really got any really closure on her in this episode.
No, we didn't. Yeah, we saw her snap, and then I think that's it for close-ups.
Yeah, and I mean, I feel like even something, give us some type of, you know, shot of her. He felt like the audience in that whole scene. He just felt like, what? Wait, why am I here? I don't care. Let me go.
Yeah,
like, I don't. All right, good, bro. It's all right. Good. Yeah, you banged her. Okay, I gotta go. And it's just Euron just continuing to make it really awkward, and you're just like, this is so stupid. Meanwhile, John's running around in the city, and we don't know what he's doing because we haven't focused on him. Danny's literally mowing down everybody, but we're worried about this plot point that was never even built up, and suddenly you're supposed to make us care. Yet Jaime seems very out of this.
Oh, my brain, it was too much. It's like, at this point, you're like, whose factions are who's working with who, what is happening? And yeah, when she starts to obliterate, like, the main portions of the castle, I was just like, you've finally gotten to your target, Danny. Well done.
Yeah, after destroying everything within a 10-mile radius of the target, you started to destroy the actual target.
Unbelievable.
The stationary defense.
I'm still astonished at how dumb Arya was in this episode. She was so useless. Did she kill anybody? She killed nobody in this episode, right?
And I don't even know why. Like, all she needed, what changed her mind was the Hound being like, hey, he said something like, don't go for a life of revenge, it'll end in death. It's like, she killed all of the Freys.
That's it. Once I mentioned, I mean, if you took her out of the episode, if she just didn't follow Sandor south, what would have changed?
A thing.
Because what does she do? She finds Shadowfax and rides away at the end.
Oh, that was so dumb.
Yippee.
Yeah, we're getting there.
It was really dumb.
Yeah, I'm referring to the Hound as Sandor. I was just like, oh, is that where you guys are at? Okay. I realized, but yeah, sure, fine. And yeah, I just don't get this.
So unearned.
This talk doesn't make sense to me. Like, don't pursue revenge. It's like, Arya knows what she's doing. She didn't make this choice arbitrarily, and then she's like, okay, I won't. It's like, oh, I guess she did.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't Arya developed an... Oh, go ahead, Wolf.
I do want to mention, because I don't think we covered it before, Jaime and Tyrion's final goodbye felt so unearned, and it plays into this too, like the whole Sandor thing. It feels unearned.
Hey, they just stole it almost.
Stole it.
Yeah, I agree with that, because I wanted to feel some emotion in that with Tyrion and Jaime. I wanted to, and it wasn't there. You know what I mean?
It
just
wrong.
Wasn't.
And it's like, how did Jaime end up there? It's like, I don't know. He was captured and put into this specific prison and not killed off screen. You're like, oh.
Like, the only contribution Arya has is accidentally getting 2 otherwise safe people killed.
That's it.
According to Arya, they would have died if they stayed there. It's like, okay then.
Yeah, but with Arya, like Arya's beyond that come to Jesus moment. You know what I mean? Like she doesn't need that moment to like wake her up, which is what happened with her and the Hound. She's so developed. She's been through so much. She may be whatever 18 or 19 on the show, but she has been through probably more than any character on the show off the top of my head. You know what I mean? With her path, and now she needs that moment to wake her up. It just nothing.
Oh my
Nothing
god,
makes sense.
That still frame you had, his head looked really shrunken inside that armor.
I can't fucking.
This went on way too long.
I like how the Hound just like killed like 4 soldiers so casually that were fully armored, and he's in like a jacket. Just like, I guess the Hound is that good. Like,
Oh my god, we're getting to the funniest part of the entire episode.
oh yeah, I'll try to show it